Welcome back, YouTube. Here we are back in front of the C300 for another auto repair video. Before we start, I just want to say if you're watching this video when it first comes out, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's to everybody watching. Hope you have a great holiday season. And also, I recently went over 500 subscribers, which is nothing compared to most YouTube channels, but to me, that's awesome. I think that's fantastic. 500 people, click subscribe on my videos. I really appreciate that. Thank you for that. And anyhow, here we are. Another video. This is going to be, should be a pretty easy project. Took my car to get 4 new tires. Because everyone says you have to get 4 new tires whenever you have an all-wheel drive car. I don't know if I agree with that completely. I don't know. The tolerances seems crazy to me. Anyhow, I got 4 new tires and I wanted to get alignment because, if you watched my videos, you saw that I replaced my struts and shocks and, I've been working on it. Probably could use an alignment. I don't want to burn up 4 brand new tires. So they couldn't align it because I have a bad tie rod end, which 250,000 miles is due, right? So I bought 2 tie rod ends. We're going to put them on. Shouldn't be too difficult. So stay tuned. Here we go. New breaker bar. For any of you saw my last video or 2 videos ago, I broke my breaker bar trying to get the lug nuts off because some shop that put my tires back on for inspection or something last year had them so tight. Anyhow, new breaker bar. Yeah. Okay, so here is the tie rod end on the driver's side. See, it's just threaded into this rod here. It's got a backing nut and comes up into here. So we got to take this nut off, get that out, and then unscrew it from here. So let's go. Okay, turn the wheel all the way to the left. Makes things a little more accessible. When I try to wiggle the rotor, I wiggle the camera and the rotor, so I think you can tell the play, but we'll check it. We'll compare it to the new one once I get it out. This longer breaker bar is nice. Broke free like it was loose. Wondering if that whole ball and joint in there is turning. Let me get the impact if I got an adapter for this. Oh yeah, I love these things. Okay, a little castle nut, which I did not see a new castle nut with the new one. Now to get this out of here, I have a tuning forks. I could try the tuning fork, but a lot of times they just hammer on right here and it'll pop right out. Let me check. Get this tuning fork in there. It's the old one, so I'm not worried about tearing up the boot or anything. Camera. You still looking at it? Still working. Sorry about hitting you guys with the hammer. Thought that went. Thought it moved. But... Oh. Must be a tough guy. There it goes. Little elbow grease gets things moving. Oh, now the ball wants to spin. Because I got... Okay. Hope I got a new nut, because that one just took a beating. If I don't, I'm going to need one. Okay, this part should be fairly simple. Let me get set up for it and then let's take a look at the new one. Okay, I got this off, but I learned something. Probably should have broke it loose before this. You know, at least break that nut loose, because I had a heck of a time. I did put this back in here, but I feel like it'd be easier if you just broke that nut loose. So what I'm going to do is leave that nut where it is, because I don't have an alignment shop here with me. I'm not going to count the threads. I think that's what people do. I'm just going to leave that nut where it is and compare this with the new one and try to just back it right back on. Let's go look. Let me go get the new one. Let's check it out. Okay, went with a Lemforder. You can correct me if I'm saying that wrong. Here's my part number for the left side, in case you need to know. This seemed like a high quality part. Has a little L on it for left. Here's the old one. They seem exactly the same, which is good. So you can see, I can't move it at all. Not a bit. I can't move it with my bare hands. Old one. I could feel like the ball in that socket's all loose. So actually replacing these should help my car handle a little better too. You know, steer a little tighter. And so 250,000 miles, pretty good for, you know, tie rod end. I've had vehicles that seems like I go through tie rod end every other year, but yeah, it should be good quality. So let's see, they gave me a new nut. It's a lock nut. You can tell because it's like not round, it's kind of oblong a little bit. Can you focus on it, camera? You know, the hole, the threaded hole, it's like squished like this a little bit. I don't know if you can tell. It's a lock nut, so I mean it does fit on there, but I'm sure it's for here. Figures they've made them both the same size. But yeah, I mean I'm sure it's for here. There's nothing wrong with that nut there. It's just a backer nut, you know. This is the important one here. So that's where I'm putting it. It is a lock nut. I don't know if it needs any Loctite or not. But well, let me compare lengthwise so that I can... It seems like the exact same part. So I should be able to put this on. You know, I didn't even turn this nut yet. See, it's still hard to turn. It's still not even broken loose. What I did break loose was, you know, this. That hasn't moved at all. So, you know, it's locked on there still. So I'm gonna just run this up against it, tighten it, and when I'm done doing both of these, I'm gonna, you know, just take a tape measure from between the front of the two front wheels and between the back of the two front wheels and make sure that number's the same, or as close as you can see with a tape measure, you know. And, you know, as long as it is, if I have to rotate one of these, well, of course I'm not going to rotate them after I get it back in here, but I could loosen this and rotate that. Yeah, see, that tightened up right in the right place too, so I'm running with it. Running with it. When I get this in and tight, then I'll try to tighten this more, but actually I'm not going to tighten it more anyhow because it's going straight to the alignment shop. All the first thing we're going to do is loosen that nut. So yeah, I tightened it right up to it, and that's exactly, when it tightens against that, is exactly where it needs to be. So that's all she wrote, you know. Crank this bad boy down. I wonder if I should put some Loctite on that. I don't think so. It's a lock nut. It's not like it's a bolt. So yeah, I mean, it's hard to turn now already because it's a lock nut. So let's do this. Was that loud? Sorry if it was. I'll crank on this a little bit, but it really wasn't that tight. When I do this big old breaker bar I have, back you guys off again. Let's see what you're seeing. Oh yeah, that's already way tighter than it was when I took it off. Yeah, I don't want to tighten it too much. That's pretty tight. I'm sure there's a torque, of course, spec. I do have a torque wrench. It's a really crappy old one, but I don't know. You know, if you're doing this on your own, look up the torque spec. I've been doing this kind of stuff my whole life, since I was 10 years old with my bicycle, and since I was 14 with my first car. Well, I was really maybe 15 with my first car. Anyhow, I've been doing this my whole life. It's tight enough. I feel totally comfortable driving down the road with that forever. It's a lock nut. So okay, so that's pretty much it. You know, it's still tight on there. That's all there is to it. I'm gonna do the other side. This was the only bad one. This was the only bad one, but it's 250,000 miles on the car. So if this one's bad, the one on the other side is probably not far from being bad. They're $50 each, and they were the Lem Porter. They were the best ones I could find. So for 50 bucks, I'm doing one. I might as well do them both and get in alignment with two brand new ones. So let me just do the other side and we'll check back in. Is my extension. Seriously? How do I lose an extension and socket in this little area? Okay, YouTube, that's a wrap. Wheels back on, did the other side just the same, you know. It's a pretty easy job, really. Although with that, I should say, you know, if you're not comfortable, you know, doing this kind of work on your car yourself, you know, you should either research it to where you are comfortable or just pay someone to do it. I mean, it is a steering component, you know, keeps you from going off the road. But, so I mean, that's just kind of a disclaimer, you know. If you pull your wheels off and screw your car all up and crash, you're on your own. But yeah, I mean, it's a pretty easy job for the most part, you know. So, one nut, screw the thing off, screw the new one on. Obviously, you need to have it aligned. If you do anything like this on your car, you need to have an alignment done because, you know, I can measure it and get it as close as I think I can get, but when they put it on the alignment machine, everything's laser perfect, you know, and that's how you're getting. Well, this car gets 25,000 miles out of a set of tires, no matter what. That's all it gets. It's just the way it is. But, you know, some cars might get 50,000 miles out of tires because their alignments are so good. So just note that if you do this job, definitely go straight to the alignment shop. Like I won't drive, my appointment's for Saturday. Today's Monday. The car is going to be parked here till Saturday. Saturday morning, I'm going to go straight to the alignment shop, you know, to get that done because I got 4 brand new tires I don't want to burn off. So, yeah, that's it. Anyhow, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for what's next. See you later. Have a good one. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's to you all again. See ya.